we're back to discuss Burnt, and if you watched our review, we were mixed on it. It's got some good sections. It's got some good scenes. I thought the middle, like after about 20 minutes in, it started getting good, and then by the end, it had kind of fallen apart and just turned into cliches. The beginning felt so odd and so off, and the fact that they never actually flash back to the situation in Paris that they are all talking about really seems strange. You've got Bradley Cooper playing this character.
Yeah, I almost thought we were going to get a whole, like, maybe even 10-minute section of going back and...
Just something.
But they kept referring to it so much in dialogue.
Yeah, but we just never do. And that's why I felt like it feels like a sequel, because they just refuse to show us any of this stuff. So he starts off the movie and he's just like this charming guy, and we all know his past, but that's all we know, is that this sort of, they're paying lip service to it. So we don't really understand why people are just so eager to help him again. Like, it doesn't take him any effort to get people to just trust him again and start working with him again.
That's really the problem I had with this movie. There's no personal growth for that character. He is a horrific person. And then he comes back after ruining everybody's life and cons them into helping him. Like, he pretty much forces their hands.
Right.
And you're supposed to... The movie makes it feel like you're supposed to care about this guy. Well, that you're supposed to feel for him.
I think they didn't do a very good job of communicating it, but I think what was in the background was that they didn't show enough was the pressures that, you know, that kind of standard is, and they're very forgiving of him because the pressure he puts on himself, and I don't think it was communicated very well.
Well, and they have that scene with Matthew Rhys where he's like, you know, you're the best, but you need a team. You know, you can't do this by yourself, but we need you to be the leader that takes us where we can't.
Because he makes them...
We don't dare to go.
He makes them so much better by competing.
Right, and by just being himself, like being a complete perfectionist, you know.
It inspires
nut job. But then the whole thing of, you know, his arc is supposed to be... What the movie is trying to make his arc... is only implied. It's not actually said, but the implication is that when the Michelin reviewers actually do show up, he says, "We're just going to do our service.
Yeah,
we're just going to do it the way we do it. We're all in this together." And so that's supposed to be...
But see, that is a bit of growth, because it's as if he has failed and risen again and come back. He's already he faces worst fear of losing it.
And realistically, they just sort of wimp out on saying whether or not
they get it or not.
They got it or not.
Well,
but realistically,
you get it. You see it in that scene where he's at the bridge and the guy comes out and he's like, "You know they got it."
No, I don't know that they got it. I don't know that they got it because they didn't say it, and because the way that that mentality that we're just gonna, you know, do what we normally do does not get you 3 Michelin stars.
Yeah,
there's just no way.
Yeah.
So I think, like, if you're an average moviegoer that doesn't know how hard that is, how challenging that is, I think they wimped out because they want people to walk out of the theater thinking, yeah, they got the 3rd star and they're just not making a big deal out of it. Whereas for me, it's like, as soon as he said, like, yeah, we're just going to do what we do, it's like, okay, well, you don't get another star. Like, that doesn't happen. So, you could do everything perfect 7 years in a row and not get a 3rd Michelin star. That's just how it is.
But what you will get is another montage. Was there? I almost lost. I think it was 4, maybe 5 montages.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
Okay. I hated how he ends up with the girl, the sous chef lady. Like, that was such a stupid cliche at the end. I hate that the ex-girlfriend, like, shows up to Angel,
Bail him out. And
bail him out of his drug money thing. It's just like, he's like the luckiest human being alive.
yeah.
It just, see, I'm thinking this throughout the entire movie. Like, everybody is like trying to help him, and he's still treating them like shit and everything. And it was just bad in my opinion.
But that's realistic. Like, if you watch any of that stuff, like, what's the one called with the original Gordon Ramsay?
Oh, Boiling Point.
Boiling
Oh,
Point.
yeah.
Have you ever seen that?
Just a
I've seen
monster.
them.
I mean, those guys are crazy, and they have to be crazy, and everybody that works for them.
But here's the
Quickly-
thing: is as badly as they treat those people, they move to another restaurant, they all follow them. Like it's just what they sign up for.
Well, yeah, I mean, you figure out really quickly, like, either you can take it or
Yeah,
you can't.
yeah,
And I mean, a lot of the service industry, even not at the fine dining level, it's like when we're in service, like, everyone screams and curses at each other, and then everybody's friends afterwards.
yeah.
Like, that's
It's the
just kinda-
pressure of the yeah,
You just kind of have to be able to deal with that. But
yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't feel like the movie earned a whole lot of.
It didn't get his 3rd star.
No, it didn't.
You know, I
No.
think Bradley Cooper's a great actor, and I think he's almost too nice a guy for that role. I almost felt like it was just slightly miscast, in the sense that I didn't get that kind of. I just felt he's just wants to be nice, rather than be a perfectionist asshole. You know,
Yeah, I can see that. I mean,
but that's just my experience with past Bradley Cooper movies.
I was
and stuff, so you know,
I was having flashbacks to Aloha, which is he has a really similar character in Aloha,
yeah, I thought about that at a couple of points.
and that movie's like similarly bizarre and doesn't work, and it's much worse than this. But
It was pretty terrible. I watched it
yeah,
recently.
Aloha is much worse than this. But yeah, it kind of gave me the same thing, and I mean, in that movie, like, he's wearing sunglasses in a bunch of scenes, and you can't like really tell what his
Right.
expression is.
yeah,
But in this, it was just he was either just Mr. Charisma or Mr. Screamy Man, and he didn't really do that great of a job of.
yeah, it felt like a lot of borrowed persona.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, I agree.
And I'm sorry, but the Michelle turn, that was coming from a mile away. Like, you could see it. He might as well have just been wearing a fake mustache and like, ha, it was me the whole time.
Oh, with the pepper.
It was so telegraphed that he was going to turn on him.
I didn't know that he was. I didn't know.
Oh man,
didn't
I
see
could
it coming.
feel it from the beginning.
Yeah,
Oh, well, I guess now that I look back how they introduced, they were fighting and stuff.
Yeah.
So you think he was just seething underneath?
Oh,
he,
yeah.
he was just
Okay.
waiting for his moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't go from being a chef to a sous chef and not
Right.
like get your revenge on the person that caused it. And that's what I'm saying. Like, he might as well have been a cartoon character about it and just jumped up.
Uh-huh.
Ha! It was me the whole
Right,
time.
yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
that was just another bad point.
And he would have gotten away with it, too, if it wasn't for those fake Michelin inspectors.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I mean, Bradley Cooper's in there because people are going to go see a movie with Bradley Cooper as the lead. I think, like, I was way more interested in Matthew Rhys's character.
Was that the maitre d'?
No,
No,
it was-
the other chef.
Yeah.
All right.
His name was actually Rhys
Uh-huh.
in the movie, which is funny because his last name is Rhys. But I thought, like, his character seemed more like just a chef, and he had that moment where he just completely destroyed the restaurant and
Oh, yeah, yeah.
all that kind of thing. But
And then smoke a cigarette.
yeah, I mean, I like, honestly, I mean, I'd much rather watch Boiling Point again. I'd much rather watch, any of the Gordon Ramsay shows, particularly
Because
like
it's real.
Kitchen Nightmares and things like that.
Oh, yeah. I don't think they do that anymore.
I also
though.
like
It's a
Restaurant
Oh, they
Impossible,
stopped.
but that was Irvine.
Yeah,
So, but yeah,
yeah, I'm kind of burned on this movie.
Oh, if I could just say one last thing.
Yeah.
In recent times, the last kind of chefy movie to come out was Chef, the Jon Favreau one.
Uh-huh.
I did like that a bit better because even though this one's a bigger...
That was way better.
Yeah, well, even though this is a bigger production, but the Chef had a much more focused story and was much more intimate, just in its
And it was
the relationships, just everything seemed more.
Yeah,
it
everything
worked
was
better.
Everything was better developed, and on top of all of that, the food was better. Like the way that movie made you hungry, the movie made you want that food.
Yeah. Well, and the shots of food are great in this, but yeah, it's just usual fine dining-y kind of stuff and sous vide fish and everything, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, exactly. That was more street food and more like, oh yeah.
Yeah,
There's another movie about getting Michelin stars, 100-Foot Journey.
I saw that one.
We reviewed that one together. I thought that was a much better movie than this one was.
Yeah, absolutely it is. So, yeah.
There are other places to get your culinary.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a banal date movie. It's really what it boils down to, and that's about it. If you like the way we do these, please like the video, subscribe, check out all the written and video reviews at dalemaxfield.com. Thanks for watching.